My name is John Mullen. I've been asked to comment about Ivrea's nomination. I'm a professor of urban planning at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. I've visited Ivrea several times, and my specialty is industrial development. And the first question that I think is on everybody's lips is, how does this American professor get to know Ivrea? And I did it in a couple of ways. One, it came out of a classroom. When I was getting my master's in business, a professor from Boston University came and said to me, said to the class, show me a place in Europe and the United States where design is a commitment, where high-scaled, high-technology companies come together to create the best sense of creativity, and where they're embraced by their community. And I kept thinking in the American way, and I couldn't come up with one. He then went through and explained about Ivrea, and it was absolutely stunning the way he explained it. And so when I got a chance to go to Europe in the 1970s, I visited it, and later on as a professor I was asked to give a paper there. So I've been there 3 times, and I've loved it each time.
All right, Dr. Mullen, how did you know about Ivrea?
I think I knew about it. I think we asked that question. That's the first question.
Yes.
Okay, I answered that one. Give me the second question.
Okay. How is it important to your job or profession?
Well, I'm a professor of city planning, as I mentioned earlier, and my specialty is industrial development. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that my students always ask for is, show me examples of where industry is embraced by a community and where the culture of the community is one of aesthetic achievement, in a place where excellence is really praised, and there's a commitment to it. And after going through a litany of all of the characteristics of an outstanding industrial community, I finally came up with Ivrea. And so I use it in my classrooms regularly, and particularly in terms of how the community has changed over time without losing its sense of the aesthetic.
All right. And why do you think it's an international interest?
Well, first of all, there's very few places like it. If you ask me where in the world am I going to find a city that has a mixture of a commitment to design, commitment to the aesthetic, and commitment to technological advancement and engineering, and where it's rich in history, I don't think you'll find it. And so it's got a real sense of the unique about it.
All right. And how do you think its nomination as part of the World Heritage List is important to Ivrea and the rest of the world?
I think it shows a place where capital, community, and social responsibility come together to create the goods and products that are important to people. And I think that it can show this in a historic context, and it can show how it's living it today. And I think above all, there are so few places like it, and that makes it special.
All right. And why do you think others should visit Ivrea?
Well, I think that you have to see it. You have to feel it. It's not something where a book or pictures will do it justice. I hate to get melodramatic, but I happen to think there's something in the air. And that indeed the result of all this is something very, very unique.
All right. And do you have a final catchphrase for its nomination?
Oh gosh, putting this in English for an Italian nomination is very hard. But I thought of Ivrea and his commitment to the industrial sublime. And
All right.
I hope they take it.
All right.